I am standing in a kitchen, and I'm here with Kyra Busanich. And Kyra, you own Kyra's bake shop, right?
Yes.
Here in Lake Oswego. And you're going to be talking today and showing us how to make pumpkin cupcakes.
Yes.
But there's a catch here, because you have gotten quite a name for yourself on creating gluten-free delicious pastries.
Correct.
So let's first of all tell us what goes into this.
So this is, I have all my ingredients all set out, and I already mixed the egg whites with a little bit of sugar there to make a meringue. And I have the egg yolks in the bowl with the remaining sugar from the recipe, which will be on your website. And I just need to whip this up till it's really light and fluffy. And I'm gonna add the oil. The nice thing about this cake is that not only is it gluten-free, it's also dairy-free, depending on what you use as a frosting. So you could always put a cinnamon meringue on top, and it would be a dairy-free pumpkin pie cupcake.
Yeah. And on stuff like the oil, is there a special oil that you use?
No, but we avoid soybean oil because a lot of people who have gluten intolerances seem to also have soy intolerances.
Really? Interesting.
Get the rest of that in there and just try to mix it all up so it's uniform texture.
Now, right now you're working on a cupcake mix for this recipe, but you
Correct.
also have created and are selling now of like a cake mix in a box.
Yes, a box cake mix, and it's all gluten-free, and they're based on the actual recipes that we use to win Cupcake Wars.
I think that's amazing.
Yes.
And the great thing, too, is if you don't live in this area, you can buy it online.
Yes, you
right?
can, and you can make Cupcake Wars winning cupcakes in your own kitchen.
Now, what are you adding in there?
So this is basically what's in our vanilla cake mix with the addition of some spices like cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, ginger, and a little cardamom, because I love cardamom. And I'm just adding this into the egg yolks.
And you'll forgive me for not being better versed on what gluten-free is, but in that, I'm assuming, is the replacement of the flour, the wheat flour.
Yes, so gluten is a protein that's found in wheat, as well as barley, rye, and a couple other places. And it's what's responsible for the structure and elasticity in baked goods, and I have a gluten intolerance, so I can't use that. So I learned how to mimic the texture and flavor of gluten products with gluten-free flours and starches.
Nice.
So I'm just going to give this a quick little mix, and hopefully it won't explode all over. It does sometimes. Add in the pumpkin. And the thing is, just like you don't want to overmix gluten products because it gets really tough the more you mix it, you don't want to overmix gluten-free products either, because when you're using some sort of binder, it can also get tough because you use a binder. I use xanthan gum primarily, and that can also get tough the more you work it, just like gluten can. So I'm going to do the last little bit by hand. So now I have the egg white meringue that I made earlier, and I'm just going to fold this in. I'm going to compile all my dirty dishes.
I'm a very good helper in the kitchen.
Yes, thank you. I will have you scoop, but I'm going to fold in about a third of the meringue mix, and the reason why you do it in a third is so that you're not losing the volume that you've whipped into the egg whites already, and it's called a sacrifice. And you sacrifice the first third into your batter to lighten the batter so it's not so dense.
So really, the special part of this kind of cooking is in the ingredients, because these are the same steps you would take really when you're baking.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Same process, maybe just a little bit more gentle with the dough.
So really, people shouldn't be intimidated at all
Not
to
at
try
all.
to bake this way.
Not at all. And our cake mixes, as well as the recipes in my cookbook, are all guy tested as well as key tested. So they should work. They should be pretty foolproof. So I'm just folding in the last little bit of egg white meringue here to give it a nice, light, fluffy texture. And then I'll have you scoop them and we can bake them.
And you're using an ice cream scoop.
I am, because the thing I like about an ice cream scoop is all of them are uniform. So that they will all be the exact same size, which means that they will bake at the same time. And I won't have some that are halfway done and others that are raw.
I've done that before myself, where I get one that's not quite full.
Right.
Oh, that's simple. Yeah.
And then you can just drag it up the side so it's a flat scoop.
Oh, aren't you clever?
Yeah,
well, see,
like that. Look at that.
I'm a gardener. You're a chef.
So it's a trowel, and you want to...
Yeah, I see that. Oh, you just drag it right up the side. Easy. Yep.
There you go.
They look much more level than mine at home do. So we're going to finish filling these up and pop them in the oven, and we'll be right back.
Yep.
So Kyra, the cupcakes are out and they're cooling now, but you're going to make the frosting. Tell us what kind you're making.
So we're going to do a cinnamon mascarpone whipped cream on top of these. And what I have in here is the mascarpone, some powdered sugar, a little sea salt, vanilla, and cinnamon. And I'm going to blend this up till it's smooth and then add my heavy whipping cream. Cool. And it'll be like a really thick whipped cream.
So tell me now, you also have a great cookbook that you put together, don't you?
Yes, just came out not that long ago.
Nice. And that is also available at Barnes & Noble, or you can go to the website and get it from you.
Absolutely. So this looks pretty good. I'm just going to scrape the bottom to make sure I don't have any loose sugar.
Now to me that almost looks like a cream cheese frosting.
Yes. Well, mascarpone is an Italian cream cheese, basically.
Nice.
So now I have that all in there. I'm going to start adding my cream. At a time.
And that looks like heavy whipping cream.
It is. The heavier the better.
Yeah. And so how many recipes are in the cookbook?
There are 50 complete desserts.
Wow.
So with all of the components, I think there's about 70 different components.
And you know, one of the things I like about the cookbook is you do a lot of explaining about, you know, the different types of gluten-free products you can use. And you really give a lot of information that makes people that go, what is this really about? It explains a lot.
Absolutely. And you know, the whole first chapter is talking about different flours and the ones that I use in the book, other ones that are available, what I like, what I don't like, and how to substitute out. If I'm using something that you don't want to use, there's a guide about how to substitute.
How to do it, yes. I found that very, very informational. So now's the frosting, right?
Yes.
And I saw you adding something else to that. What was it?
I did decide to add a little ginger just to kick up the flavor of the pumpkin spice.
Well, you know, first of all, you need to come out to Kyra's bake shop here and try this stuff. It's absolutely amazing. Once you do, then you're going to probably say, well, I want to make it at home. This is the easiest way to start. You can find these at participating stores that carry it. You can also go to their website, kyrasbakeshop.com, pick it up there. And then when you really want to kick into gear, this wonderful cookbook is available to you, and you can buy it at Barnes & Noble, or you can go to their website as well. Kyra, you are an absolute delight. Oh, now I love you. So thank you so much for having us in here.
Thank you.
Best of luck to you. And if you recognize her, might be because of Cupcake Wars. She's been on that show too. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.